Check, check.
It has to come out. Well, maybe today on the mat it will. Yeah. But I have been holding you. Mark told me. I know. She was special. They are our babies. Sometimes more loving. Well, because it's unconditional both ways, you know. Yeah. Good morning. Morning, morning. Welcome, everyone. What a crowd, huh? I think we might need volume because my voice is tired. Let's make sure the mic is turned up so I don't have to strain it. Can you guys hear me in the back? Go like this if you can hear me in the back. I know you can in the middle. Thank you. Thank you. Some of you can't hear me in the back. So you don't know that I'm talking to you. So I guess you'll just watch what everyone around you is doing. I don't know. Let's all get on our feet on this beautiful day. Good morning. I think I'm going to get rid of the cape. Are you okay? All right. Go ahead and step right up to the top of the mat. When you get to the top of the mat, bring your feet together so you're standing with purpose. Even this very first gesture of how we step up to the top of the mat is an expression of our yoga. So right now, you guys look like you're ready. So you got to start breathing, feet together. Going to let everybody settle into their space. I know we're still coming. I told Dina we would save a spot for her because she's running late in traffic. Is that for her? Okay. All right, good. Thank you. I just realized she was texting me as I was driving here, and she was like, "I'll hide in the back." I said, "No, come right to your normal place." And then I just looked at the front line, and I was like, "Uh-oh, I don't have a place for her." Okay. Hey, Kristen. All right, gosh, there's so much love here today. Let's take a deep breath and reach the arms up. Just see if you can feel into that. Pull it right into your heart. Hands in prayer. 2 more times. Inhale, arms reach. As you exhale, pull it right into the midline. 1 more time. Inhale, reach the arms. Reach high, like you mean it. Press the palms, pull it in. Good. Inhale again, arms reach high. This time, take them out like a T. Just be nice with your neighbors. And then keep your feet grounded. Squeeze your outer hips and twist to the right. Keep pushing the right hip forward and the left hip back as you try to twist your waistline. Simple, right? Now the right arm is going to touch the left leg behind you, and the left bicep's going to go to the ear. Enjoy that. Maybe tip the ears back, look up at your fingertips. Sweet. Inhale, both arms reach, face forward. Exhale, bring it to the heart center. Again, inhale, both arms up. Open them out like a T. Find that discipline in the hips. There's that little squeeze going on, and then we twist. I want you to find your obliques. So it feels a little bit like you got to push the left hip forward and the right hip back. That's for you, baby. Yeah. And then left arm reaches for the right leg behind you. Take the right bicep to the ear. Tip your ears back. Look up. Just feel. Hopefully that feels good. Yep. And on your next inhale, look forward, face forward, arms reach. Pull the hands right to heart center. Again, inhale, let's reach up. Do it like you mean it. This time, exhale, forward, fold, fold right in. Now let the head down, pause for a moment, take another breath. On the exhale, fold a little deeper. Yep, and then inhale, look up, halfway lift. Fold again, exhale. On the inhale, let's rise all the way to standing. Reach the arms high. I really like how you're moving, hands right to the heart center. Let's move on. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold, fold in. Each time feels a little better. Lift and lengthen on the inhale. Let's go to plank pose. Step both feet back. It's like an upper push-up position. Yeah, let's line up the hands so the wrists are under the shoulders. The belly button is drawn in. And the gaze is slightly forward of the front edge of your mat. Your arms should feel really strong here, and your legs should also feel really strong here. Now you have the option to lower like a regular push-up or to put your knees down and lower the chest slowly forward and down. Lay onto your belly. That was really good. Inhale, cobra. Really gentle to the spine. The collarbones widen, the elbows squeeze back, legs lengthening behind you. That's it. Let's make sure that the shoulders aren't rising up into the neck, that the elbows are squeezing back. That's it, Hadas. Protect the neck and shoulders always. Yep. Lower the chest, lower the chin, and then tuck your toes and push all the way into downward facing dog. Good. Take another breath here. Let's exhale out a sound. I didn't hear you. There's a lot of people here. Take a deep breath in. Let out a little sound on the exhale. It's a little better. Lift the right leg up behind you. Stretch it up high into the sky. And then we'll look forward and step that right foot forward. It's called high crescent lunge. Come on up slowly. Root down into your feet. Don't be in a rush. Find your balance. Feel that same sense of integration in your hips, those outer hips. Now from this position, open the arms like a T and see if you can really gently twist to the right side. Yeah, if you need to bend your elbows to clear the space with your neighbors, do that, but then straighten and reach out like you mean it. That's it. I like what I see. Let's put the left hand down on the floor, right there on the mat, and then root into that left hand and see if you can twist and access a little bit deeper. Yeah, that looks good. So the same thing we did standing, right hip back, left hip forward. And we want to turn our heart space up toward the sky. Yeah, see if you can open up, draw the head back slightly. Take one more breath. Twist deeper on your exhale. Yeah, and then eyes down, hands down. Let's go back to plank. Nice and simple, just step back and then lower. Nice and slow, knees or not, you decide. Inhale into cobra and then exhale, downward facing dog. Let's lift the left leg. Just getting a feel into how the body's moving today. Where is your body cranky? Where is it stiff? Where are you moving freely, right? We don't always look for the stiffness. We look for the freedom too. When you're ready, look forward, step forward. Left foot to the hands. Stay on the right toes and rise slowly. Push down to rise up. Feel that same integration in your hips. Yeah, once you feel like you've gotten the position, like your head is over your tail and you're kind of tall through your spine, let's twist to the left, opening the arms wide. There's a lot going on, but it all starts to come together into one beautiful movement. The feet push down, the legs draw in, the core engages, we rotate. These are simple movements. Now we're going to tip, right hand to the mat. Place it down, root it down, and then use it to help you twist a little more. So there's a big difference between an open chain action and a closed chain action, right? Like when we root that hand to the floor, we get some leverage, we get some access to activate more of the muscles. Yeah. Tip the ears back. Let's open the heart a little bit. Take a breath. Twist deeper on that exhale. Yep, you know I'm always going to make you do that. And then eyes down, hands down. Let's step into plank. Breathe in and then lower as you exhale. Inhale, cobra. Some of you are moving into upward facing dog. That's totally beautiful. Do what you need to do, and then exhale right back into down dog. Yeah, this is good. This is good. So straighten the arms, lift your hips. Let's make our legs feel powerful here. Legs take on some of the action so that we're not leaning into the upper body, but instead we're pulling back with the legs. I see you doing it. Take one more breath. And then just look at your hands. Let's walk our feet forward. Remember, at the top of the mat, we bring them together. Lift halfway, inhale. Fold deeply, exhale. You're doing great. Let's bend the knees and do chair pose. Remember, you can take a break at any time, and you can also add anything on if you feel like you want to or you're inspired and you know a different movement. This is an all levels practice. We're out in a public space, so everyone has to be able to meet themselves where they are. Push through your feet. Let's come to standing. Stretch high. Reach all the way to the sky. And then hands in prayer. Pull it right into the heart. Doing great. Inhale. Arms reach. Go ahead and drop the right arm down onto the outside of the right leg and stretch literally to the side. No twist this time. Keep the chest forward. Keep the hips square. And just feel into the left side. Push into the feet. Reach a little higher through your fingers. Even look up. It does make a difference. It pulls the spine upward. It takes energy upward when you look up. And then let's bring the right arm all the way back up. Find your center and go to the other side. Drop the left. Focus on the side body. You could even walk your left fingers down your left leg as you reach your right ones up to the fingers up to the sky. Yeah. Tip the ears back, look up, breathe in, good Shabbos. Yeah. And then lift the left arm. Let's come back to center. Pull the hands right to your heart. How are we feeling? We good? Inhale, arms reach. We're going to turn it up a little. Exhale, forward fold. Fold right in. Yes, lift halfway. Inhale. Let's go to plank and lower on the same exhalation. So lower slowly, strong core. Inhale, front body gets lengthened in cobra and up dog, and then we push back to down dog. Okay, right foot steps up, this time left foot flat. That's warrior one. Pushing down to rise up, just like we did in our other transitions. Make sure that back foot is flat. It'll really make a difference. And what I'm noticing as I look around at your feet is the back foot really needs to be flat. We don't want to fall into the inner arch of the foot. We want to push some of the weight to the pinky toe side of that back foot. It's really important. And once that back foot is grounded, you can start working on the hips. Right hip back, left hip forward. Torso feels long, arms reach. Look up at your fingers. Take another breath. And then go ahead and let it go. Hands down to the mat. Step back lightly, lower slowly. Get in that rhythm with your breathing. Inhaling through cobra. And then pressing back to down dog. Warrior on the left. Left foot steps, right foot flat. Push down to rise up. Make sure your footing happens first. You know it's not pretty when you don't ground and then you try to come up. It's all kinds of this, right? So we want to like root. Right, we push down into the feet and then we come up with this feeling of the integration and confidence, like we own the pose and we are in the pose. You feel everything from the soles of your feet to the tips of your fingers, and you're in charge of the articulation and the organization of your body. These are really important things that are happening in yoga, not because we want the poses to be perfect, but because we want to sort of be really conscious about how we hold ourselves. And we want to know what we're doing and do it on purpose. Take one more breath here, reach, and then exhale, flow. Hands down, step back, lower. Some of you don't like that pace, but just do it at your own pace. Make sure you do it with your own breath. All right, we're gonna take 2 full cycles of breath here. So breathe in all the way, breathe out all the way. Do it again, breathe in really deep, and then empty it out. And then we're gonna look forward and walk our feet to the top of the mat, right next to Mark. Yep. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees, sink your hips, reach your arms, chair pose. Yep. Let's bring the hands to heart center. Go ahead and lift your right knee to your chest. That means push the left one down, pull the right one up. Again, just organizing your body in a specific way and integrating the breathing. That's what this is about. So you are knowing what you're doing and you're doing it on purpose. Yoga creates clarity and presence. Put the right foot down, push through both, come on up. Say it as you put your arms down. Yeah. Inhale again, chair pose, arms reach, hips sink. That's it. And we do it on the other side. Hands come to the heart. Lift that left leg. Not because it looks cool or it's hard, but because you are organizing yourself in this moment. You're really present about what you're doing. And there's lots of physiological benefits to practicing balance and strengthening your core. But right now, I'm really focused on your consciousness, your ability to stay present. Put that foot down, press through both, and then come on up, stretch high. Good, pull the hands back to the heart. Good, inhale, both arms reach. Lots of breathing, exhale, forward fold, empty out. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. Let's go to plank and lower on the exhalation. Elbows bend in close to the ribs as you come down. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, right leg rises high behind you. Yep, lift it all the way up. And then we're gonna take it to the outside of the left ankle. So just step it down, but outside the left foot. So your ankles cross behind you, and then walk your hands back to your feet. Just another variation of a forward fold. See if you can get both feet flat. Looks weird, I know. Kind of like that, it's good for your brain. Yes, those are still my feet. Yeah, see if you can get both of them flat and the weight even in them. And then let your head down. Is it possible to bring the hips a little more square? Left hip back, right hip forward. Just a little. Now start to soften your knees. Where are we? We're left in front, right? And so we're going to soften the knees and pick up the heel of your left foot. Soften your knees, pick up the heel of your left foot, and come into chair pose. Yeah? Hands come to heart center, and take a twist to the left. Right elbow goes outside the knee. You got to balance. Yeah, right elbow outside that left knee. Organized in a specific way. Present. You got it. Then recenter yourself, lift your head and chest. Arms start to reach. Let's stand up and pull the left knee to the belly. Good. As you put your foot down, the arms come down, all at the same time. Nicely done. Inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the inhale. Let's walk it out to plank. Another opportunity to wipe the slate clean. Exhale as you lower yourself down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale right back into your downward facing dog. Left leg rises high behind you. Feel how good that feels. Open it, play with it, stretch, feel. And then you know where you're going. You're going to put the left foot on the outside of the right. Step behind. Step behind. Both feet stay at the back of the mat. Yep. So we go behind, and then we start walking the hands back. Pinky toe to pinky toe. Find your balance. And fold. See if you can get both heels down. It might mean softening a knee, but I want you to feel grounded. You have to have your feet on the ground so that your body can adjust. Neuromuscular connections happening. Let the head go. And we're going to start softening the knees and let the right heel pop up. So your left foot stays flat, you're on the ball of your right foot, and then you rise, chair pose. Let the legs work together. The bottom one squeezes up, the top one squeezes down. Your feet feel the ground. Then pull your hands to heart center. Left elbow outside right knee. You're doing beautifully. Not easy. No one ever said that yoga was easy. Did you ever hear that? I've never heard that. Not even yin, the one that's supposed to be soft and gentle. Because we are being challenged physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. We are being given the opportunity to confront all of the aspects of ourselves. Come back to center. Start to rise up and lift the right knee with you. So as you come up, you reach your arms, you lift your knee, and then we're going to put it all down at the same time. Find your grace. On purpose, inhale, both arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Good, lift and lengthen on the in-breath. Go forward into plank and then lower on the out-breath. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay. Right foot steps up. Stay on your left toes. High crescent lunge. Just like we did before. Twisting to the right, open the arms out wide. Then right hand reaches for the left leg behind you. Left bicep to the ear. See if you can add a little extension and a little twist. Maybe the gaze goes up to the fingers. It's challenging, but once you get there, keep your eyes on your own hand. That thumb tip is a precious point. It's called the dristi. We're working from deep inside the core, rooting down into the feet. On the next inhale, both arms reach. And then exhale, plant both hands on the inside. Yep, go ahead and let the left knee drop down. That's it. Sink a little bit into the hips, both hands on the ground inside of the right foot. The lunge is long and wide, so if you feel like anything is short here, you gotta take the legs a little longer apart and a little wider, and then let your head down for a second. Just really give yourself a moment to feel that. Notice where you feel it. That's your body telling you something. There's some congestion or compression. There's some kind of worn away tissue. There's something going on, right? It's really interesting if we could try to figure out what that is. Is it just tight? Is it inflamed? Is it worn? What's the texture of it? What it feel like, you know? We're getting an education every time we move and breathe and pay attention. Go ahead and start walking your hands back, straighten the right leg, Ardha Hanumanasana, that is the half split. Stay high on your left knee, keep your hips up, stick your tailbone back and your chest forward. Let's put a little flex on the right foot now. Pull the toes up, pull the pinky toe back. Got this. Keep the gaze out past your own foot and then see if both hands can grab the right ankle. Another balancing action. Don't run away from the wobbles. We all have the wobbles. It's all about managing those fluctuations. Isn't that life? Take one more breath. And then release your hands. Reestablish your lunge by bending the right knee. Let's tuck the left toes and take the right leg all the way up and back. And then just say it. Yeah, now I hear you. Yeah, reach it up high. Take a deep breath in. And then just simply plant that foot down. Paddle your feet for a moment, which means you move through your toes, your ankles, your knees, and your hips. So both feet are behind you in down dog. We're paddling our feet in down dog. That's it. And then we're going to come into our high crescent lunge on the other side. Left foot steps. Root down to rise. Don't be in a hurry. It's all of you that pop up so fast that halfway up you've got that thing going on, right? Take your time. Root down. Be present. What's the race? You know? Honestly, we all end up in the same place. So while we're here, let's live. Let's be present. Right? Every moment counts. Twist to the left side. I think that our goals as human beings every year should be the best version of ourselves. Like that, wouldn't that be something? Not like what car are we gonna buy, but like how can we show up better for people? How can we be more loving? Left arm reaches for the right leg, right bicep goes to the ear. A little twist and a bend. Yep, we've been warming up to it. You got to squeeze the outer hips. That's where we started. Remember in the first one when we were just standing and doing this? Yep. I love it. Take a breath. Face forward. Reach both arms. And then plant your hands back onto the mat. Right inside. Let's put the right knee down. And then feel for a second. What do you feel? There is likely sensation in the back of your left leg and the front of your right hip. And then there could be sensations other places. Some of you suffer in the shoulders or the wrist. This could be uncomfortable if you're leaning heavy. My always suggestion is to pull in the pelvic floor and get a little more inner support so that your other muscles don't have to hold you up so much. That you hold yourself. The torso has amazing support if we engage it. Pull the legs into the hip sockets. Feel what awakens. We have that ability all day long to hold ourselves together and not just to be like, ugh, like just like flopping around the world, right? Like blowing in the wind, but like actually hold ourselves purposefully, mindfully. Yep. Take another breath and then start to walk your hands back for the half split. We straighten the left leg. We create some flexion in the left foot, which means toes pull up to the knee. You can start with your hands anywhere. But let's see if we can stick the tailbone back and lift the chest forward. It's just an elongation of the spine. We tend to round here because the hamstring is tight and we want to get lower. But if we're going like this, we didn't actually change anything in the hamstring. So I'd rather you do this, right? Flat in the back, and then feel how that comes alive. If we want that hamstring to ever open, we've got to extend it, right? Maybe you can balance here, both hands onto the left leg. And focus your eyes and focus your breath and be in what's happening in this moment. I think what's happening right here is really special. And it's not because the pose is so crazy like it belongs on the cover of a magazine. It's because you're in it. And we'll just soften that knee and reestablish the lunge. Walk your hands forward. The right toes tuck and the left leg goes all the way up and back. You can say it. Just releasing any tension that may be there. And then when you put the foot down, paddle your feet. Yep. Just walk through that in place. Let's all inhale together and push back. And then come forward into plank and lower down nice and slow. Inhale, cobra. And then exhale, down dog for just a second. Push back. But then get up high on your toes, bend your knees, and give me a floating tabletop. Floating tabletop. Sometimes you have to shorten the stance a little bit, but we want our knees and shins to kind of hover. It's not legs so close to the belly. That's it. Eyes are toward the front edge of the mat. And this is about the moment where you start to get a little agitated with me because you're ready to come out. So just dig in a little. Push down and in with your hands. Pull the belly button in. Access your strength. You never know when you're going to need it, right? If we don't put ourselves a little bit past our comfort zone, how do we grow? Let your toes push down and out. Give me one more breath. And then go ahead and put your knees down gently. Good. Right arm forward, left leg back. Extend really long. And then squeeze the knee and the elbow in really tight under you. You can pass each other. Like they can cross, they can squeeze, do whatever you want. And then extend back out. So the inhale happens when we extend. The exhale when we squeeze in tight. We're just going to do one more. Inhale, lengthen it all the way out. And then squeeze it in tight. Good. Extend the leg back out and put the right hand down. Find your balance. That's really good. Now, flex that back foot. See if you can make the outer left hip go a little lower. Keep the outer left hip down, but lift the leg a little higher. Find your glute. You feel that? Just a little action right there. Good. I like it. And then simply put that knee down. Let's take the right arm and sweep all the way out wide to the side. Take it out to the side, and then thread it through. Thread all the way through so your shoulder comes to the mat. And if you're having trouble getting the shoulder down, open your knees wider. Now it's really important that you use the right hand. I know it's against cement or it's in the grass. You got to get the back of your hand to push down. Open up all your fingers. So I'm talking about the right hand, the one that you threaded through, is palm up and fingernails pressing. Yep, root that. Now your left hand can stay close to your chest, or you can reach the bicep over the ear. That would be really nice. Then we'd get that twist and extend that we've been working on. Bicep over the ear, fingertips gripping the floor. And it's important that you really grip the floor with those fingers. Now, see if you feel a sense of groundedness and balance. Let's see if we can step the left foot back. If the left foot goes back and you still feel grounded and safe, then lift it up off of the ground. There we go. You guys are amazing. And if you're really feeling a little crazy, the right knee can bend and the right foot can pop up in the air. Might be tough on the concrete, but there we go, Joss. Look at everybody. Looks so beautiful. Let the right foot down first. You got it, Carol. Put the left knee down. Good. Now, push into your left hand right in front of your chest or your face. Sweep the right arm all the way up. Hold. And then plant it down onto the ground. Good. I like what I see here. Go ahead and take a few rounds of cat-cow. Move organically through the spine, letting everything undulate, right? Move your head, neck, shoulders. And then when you're ready, we'll find center, tabletop, and left arm is going to take a wide reach out to the side. And then we thread that one through. Just playing. Thread it all the way through. If you can get the shoulder down, that would be great. And then we can open the knees a little if it's hard to get the shoulder down on this side. And before you do anything else, before you start wrapping or binding, make sure you ground the left hand. Open the palm to the sky, press the fingernails down and out, feel rooted through the whole forearm and back of the hand, and then decide what you want to do with your right hand. Either keep it by your face and chest, or reach it up over your head, take the bicep over the ear. If both hands feel rooted and you feel stable, step the right foot back. Organizing yourself in a specific way. A lot of us roll over in this one, so if you do, don't care. Like, just try again. Maybe the foot lifts in the air behind you. And if you're holding that leg up, you go, Jeff, right? If you're holding that leg up and you feel like you want to, bend the left knee and pick your left foot up off the ground. Yeah, I'm always willing to go to the absurd, just to see how many of you will take it, right? And put the foot down, put the right knee down. Let's replace the right hand by the face and chest, and then pull yourself all the way up and out, stretch wide to the side. Nicely done, and then hand down. Okay, a little bit of cat-cow. Oh, I did skip the bird dog. All right, well then let's go do that. Left arm, right leg. Thank you. I would have thought of that in like 2 hours and been like, damn. But that would just be my humanity. So always grateful that I got friends around me who have my back. Left arm, right leg, extend long on the inhale, and then squeeze tight 3 times. Bring it in, squeeze, and then extend back out. Yep. So get 3 really good rounds of that. Elbow, knee in on the exhale, extending long on the inhalation. Yep. And then we're going to put that left hand down. Keep the right leg long behind you. Try to get the outer right hip down. Flex your foot so your toes are pointing down to the mat. And then just see if you can lift the leg a little. Right there. Find that muscle. Right? That's the sound that muscle makes. Right. I don't plan that. That's like an organic thing that happens, my sound effects. Yeah. So you feel that, and then you put that down. Good. All right, keep both hands grounded. Let's take the right leg and pull the knee into the belly. Not going to be your favorite place, but I'm going to ask you to hold it there. And then I want you to go out wide to the side. Lift it as high as you can. Now check in. Did you shift the weight in your hands? Yep. Can you put it back, even in both hands? Yes, you can. Use your core. There's a lot of muscles that work to make that leg lift to the side. It's funny how dogs do that so easily, right? Now, can you extend your right leg out to the side without kicking your neighbor? If you're really close to them, go higher than them. There's a challenge. If you're married to them, put your foot on their back. Yeah. Okay. Now look at that right foot and put it down on the floor right out there on the side. So you may have to go on someone's mat. It's okay. Make sure that foot is fully flat. Pinky toe to the ground, heel to the ground. And then go ahead and sweep. We need to sweep the right arm open. Right arm open. And instead of threading through, I want you to come behind and create eagle arms. Like come under and behind and create eagle arms. So right arm goes under the left, then you bend both elbows and come on up. There you go. Garuda. That's it. Draw the tailbone down. Make sure that foot is flat, the right foot out to the side. Elbows a little higher. Hands a little bit away from the face. This is really good. One more breath. And then release your arms out like a T. Let's drop the right arm down to the right leg and lift up high. Stretch the left arm to the sky. Yummy, right? Doing so great. Inhale, rise back up. And then plant both hands back on the floor. We're going to lift and bend the right leg and pull it back into the belly. Pull it in tight, tight, tight. And then put it down. Good. Let's do the same on the left. Squeeze the left knee into the belly. Squeeze it in tight to the belly, and then see if you can start to lift it out wide to the side. Watch what happens. If we don't use everything we got, we start leaning to the right, we start like just praying for it to be over, right? Let's see if we can keep it bent and lift it, but get the weight even on both hands. Now start extending that leg out long. Be careful of your neighbor, not behind you, but out to the side. And then we're going to find a place to put it down. Share space. Put the foot flat, toes are forward. And then walk your, oh no, don't walk your hands back. You should be up like a tabletop, that leg. Left arm sweeps open wide. Left behind right. Eagle arms. Hook them together, come on up. So good. So we really are aware that that left foot is grounded. We lift the elbows a little bit higher. Move the hands a little away from the face. And breathe. You got this. Draw the tailbone down a little bit. Then we'll release the arms, take them all the way up high to the sky. And then open them out like a T, and we tip over to the left side. Just make it feel so good. Look up toward your fingers, everything you know. Hips are square, side body long, look up. Reach like you mean it. And then we lift the left arm, both arms. And both hands return to the mat. Put the weight even in your hands, then lift and pull that left knee into the belly. Plant it onto the floor. And take child's pose for 1 breath. Just sit back, tuck your tailbone, drop your head. Yep. Okay. On your next inhale, open up into downward facing dog. All right. Let's come forward into plank. Breathe in when you're up top, and then exhale as you lower yourself down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, let's go to downward facing dog. Let's all take a really big inhale as we push back. And then exhale, look forward and walk your feet right up to the top of the mat, where we began today. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Come all the way up to standing. Hands come to heart center. Soften your knees, not quite a chair pose, but like a softening, a groundedness. And then lift your right leg up off the floor. Keep the left knee soft. That's really important. So we're not standing tall in this one. We're kind of grounded, heavy in that left heel. And then cross the right leg over. Cross as high as you can at the inner thigh so the knees cross. And then maybe you wrap your right ankle around your left ankle. If you can't wrap the ankle, then flex it so it feels like it's gripping something. Or bend a little lower and put your toe on the ground. Good. Sweep your arms out like a T. Right arm comes under left, eagle arms. Can we pull the right hip back and the left hip forward? Let the feet work together, integrate. The bottom leg pushes up, the top one presses down. It's gentle. Same with the arms. Right arm pushing up, left one pushing down until the energies meet. Then we lift the elbows and move the hands a little away from the face. Now hinge at your hips and fold with a flat back. Extending the spine long. This is beautiful. All right, nice and slow. Come on up. Keep the arms, but uncross the legs. Plant both feet on the ground, and then take a little back bend with me. Start lifting the elbows. Start taking the gaze up past your own fingers. Try not to jam into the lower back, but lift the chest high and draw the tailbone low. You've got this. One more breath. As you exhale, return to center, release your arms. On the inhale, the arms reach, and exhale, bring them to heart. Knees soft. Left knee rises. Whoops, I'm doing it with you, but not with you. Okay, you got to stay low. If the standing leg is straight, you can't wrap. If it's bent, you can actually get around it, right? So there's something to be said about that standing leg being bent. Sit down like chair, wrap it around. You can put your toe down, you can flex your foot, or you can wrap the left foot around the back of the right ankle. Arms come out like a T. Left under right, eagle arms. The upper arm crosses, the elbows bend, the forearms cross, and the palms try to touch. You can even try to turn the thumbs into the midline to get that little extra ringing in. Or is it a ringing out? I don't know. That's it. You guys look amazing. Focus. Hinge at the hips. With a flat back, we fold. Gaze out past your own fingers. So good. Make sure you're breathing, arranging the body in a particular way, and breathing. Staying on purpose. Come on up slowly. Keep the arms, release your legs, both feet flat. Let's take a little back bend. Lift from the chest, that's all it is. Spread the ribs a little bit. Lift up, lift the elbows. Yep. And then on the exhale, we come back out, release your arms. Let's take a deep breath, reach in and up, and then fold. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. Go to plank and lower on the exhalation. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. All right, it's that moment we come to seated. Yeah. Yes, that can be a celebration. And if I did one more vinyasa with one more really cool pose, someone else in the crowd would have been, yay, right? And so we do. Whatever we have to do, we go with the flow. Whether you wanted to do that last pose or you wanted to sit, here we are. Showing up and doing our best with whatever we're being handed. Let your hands rest on your lap. Lift your spine tall, hold your head high. Take a moment right here and just acknowledge yourself. First, for showing up. Second, for meeting the challenges. Third, for the moments where you felt some grace. Fourth, maybe, for every time a self-beat conversation started in your head, you shifted back to your breath and got back to your work. All of this is the stuff that matters in yoga. It's not turning yourself into a pretzel that matters. We do that so we can see how we react to it. And then we get a little better view of who we are. So just sit right now, meet yourself exactly where you are, and just be willing to see it all. Nobody's perfect. We might try to portray that on the outside, but it isn't possible. And the more we try to portray that on the outside, the less likely it is that that's what's happening on the inside. So let's really use our practice to be honest. The closer we are to the truth, the closer we are to freedom, the more likely we are to love a little more freely, a little more deeply. Let's let our yoga make our humanity better. So that our goal every year when the calendar turns, it's like, how can I be a better human? How can I be a better steward of the earth? How can I be better to each other, right? How can I really be in community? Can I allow myself to feel held, and can I hold others? I hope a little bit of that ripples out of our yoga. Take one more breath. Let out a little sound on the exhalation. Yeah, there we go. Ah. Right hand, left knee. Left bicep to the ear. Twist really deep to the left and then bend to your right. So bend right shoulder toward right knee. Yep, there we are again. easier if you go to just cross legs. Yeah, I would switch. And then come on up. Take it to the other side. Left hand, right knee. Turning to the right, bending to the left. Holding yourself together from the pelvic floor and the lower belly, and then rising from there. Let's turn and face forward. Extend both legs up in the air in front of you. That's it. Up in the air. Yeah, I did say in the air. Some of you are so smart. I extended my legs. What? Yeah. And your knees can bend a little bit. I know extend means long, but if it doesn't work for your spine, like if you're straightening your legs but your spine's doing this, I'd say bend your knees and get your spine straight. Yeah, that's it. Now everybody pull your knees to your chest and your chest to your knees. Right there. That's what that muscle says when you do it, right? Yep. Hip flexors, core, chest high, head high, knees to chest to knees. No hands, baby. Yep. You got this. Now, can you grab your feet? Can you grab your big toes or the edges of your feet and then start to open the legs a little wider? Can you stay balanced between the tailbone and the sit bones? Open wide. Yep, there we go, like a V. I can't do it when I'm standing. I could do it right here, though. Lift the chest, lift the head. You might feel yourself rolling back, so you just pull the chest up. Yep, then let go of your feet, let them hang out there for a second. And then bend your knees, pull it all back in, tight like a ball. And then lay yourself down onto your back. Keep the knees into your belly. Give them a little squeeze. And then we're going to roll our legs over to the right side for a spinal twist. As your knees and your hips go to the right, open your chest wide and look out to the left. So take a moment and just try to enjoy this moment where the effort starts to leave the body and we start to shift gears. We go from movement to stillness, and hopefully we have an equal relationship with both. One isn't better or right or wrong or bad or good. They just are. They're part of life. Pull yourself together and bring yourself around to the other side. So the legs go to the left, the chest opens wide, and we look out to the right because we're softening now. We're not trying to square the hips or squeeze the belly or reach in any direction. If you're holding your legs up in the air, let them go. Put your feet down. Yeah, soften. Isn't that so much nicer? That maybe the soft and the formless can be just as good as the deliberate and the organized. Like, can we hold space for both? And then can we pull ourselves back to center? Give the knees a little squeeze. And then gently put your feet down, turn the soles of your feet together and let your knees drop open wide. Please place your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your belly. Take a moment to just be with yourself. Feel your heartbeat and your breath. Let the hips relax and open. It's like opening the gate to release all of the fears. This pose lets go. It helps us let go. So that beautiful pulsation of the heartbeat and the rhythm of the breath, these are what make us alive.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Slowly and gently bring the knees back up to center. Push into your feet. Make sure your tailbone feels like it's positioned properly and the sacrum feels neutral. And then go ahead and release your legs straight down the mat. As your legs go out and down, you can release your arms out and down.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
What can we soften?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Let's all take a deep breath in. Let the breath out softly.
Let the light of the world shine through.
As the breath starts to awaken you, you might feel ready to move your fingers and your toes and move through your body a little bit. So breath and movement, maybe stretching. And eventually in your own way, in your own time, and just come on up and sit.
Be bold, be free.
Sometimes I think the best moments of the practice are the moment when I walk up before we begin. That energy that's in this park, all that that's going on, all the hugging and the, oh my God, I haven't seen you in so long. Sure, put your mat right here. Like all of that, that just lights up this world. And this moment right now. Same exact people, same exact space. Just completely different and transformed. Just notice. Look what we did. We can hear the birds. There's something even sweet about the hum of the traffic, right? Everyone's eyes are softer, everyone's skin is softer. Let's stay like this if we can. Let's bring this to whoever we meet today. I think that we could use a little more of this around town. Right? So if you go to breakfast, be patient with your server. It's a really hard job. You know, I don't know, we would expect to be served. We have really weird attitudes in Boca. It's actually shameful. You know, like, can we just be a little more graceful? Like we feel right now, like just, are you the same person when your waiter doesn't bring the water right away? Right? Like, like, could you be? I think we can be. I'm asking you to try to be, you know? When you get home, can you be more patient with your kids or your spouse? Like, could you have this space when you talk to them, right? Or with your parents? There's some young people here. Like, be nice to your parents. We're doing the best we can, you know? That would be using our yoga for good. I say it every week. That's what my mission is, to have us cultivate something beautiful inside of us, to work through some of the shadows and the demons that we all have. No one is immune. And to try to use our yoga for good. Let's bring our hands together at the heart. Take a deep breath in and we'll sound 3 ohms. When you're ready. Last one, best one. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Om Peace, Peace, perfect peace. May we walk away today with a little more peace in us. May we continue to cultivate that and figure out ways that we can bring that into the world. May we always use our yoga for good. Namaste, my friends. Thank you. Thank you so, so much. Happy Saturday. Couple things going on that I really need to tell you about before you scoot. I don't know if you saw this big sign hanging here, but there's an art show next weekend. So the Saturday the 28th, there will not be yoga in the park, because if you show up, there's going to be tents everywhere with artwork everywhere for Saturday and Sunday. So I would say come out and be in community. Support the vendors, come out and experience some art. There's probably a lot of local artists, and so come and walk around, be inspired by human creativity, eat from the food vendors or whatever, the food trucks, whatever they have, be in community. Today at the studio, if you really are interested in a completely different experience, I've got Kristen Gavin right here. You guys know Kristen from the studio today from 4 to 5:30. 4 to 5:30. There'll be a yin practice with the singing bowls, right? The sound healing. So that's happening today. Next Saturday, since I will not be here, Saturday afternoon, I'm doing my annual vinyasa and vision boards. So it's going to be a practice that is completely deliberately designed to help us break through the blocks that keep us from being the best versions of ourselves. We're going to break through some of that inner dialogue and increase some of our creativity and our visions and our ability to dream. And then we're going to stay for the rest of the afternoon together. We'll have snacks and we're going to create our vision boards. So if you can see what you want your year to look like, if you can actually create it into something like tangible that you can look at, then it's much more likely to happen, right? If you believe in manifestation. So join me from 1 to 4 next Saturday in the studio. That's the 28th. Yin Yoga teacher training. It's a 200-hour training, begins on February 8th. That's 200 hours, so it'll run from February to May. It will make you a really good teacher or a much better student. You don't ever have to teach because you did teacher training. Some of us want to expand and learn and grow. There's something really special about the bond that happens in teacher training, right? All of your teacher trainees are here. You see who's here? You see? Keely with the babies, right? Like all your peeps are right here. I think that's it. Come and sign on the clipboards. If you've been putting your name on the email list and you're still not receiving, it's because you were on at one point and you opted out. So we send out a message to help that you opt back in, but we can't opt you back in if you opted out on your own. So come and sign up on the email list, help with the tables and chairs. Are we even doing tables and chairs anymore? Do we still do that? We do? Okay, so we're going to put those back out. There is a clipboard still going around. You can come up and get passes. I'd love to invite you to be my guest at the studio. If you have not practiced at Yoga Journey, please come and support my studio and my other teachers. Hi, would you like a pass?
Sure, it's my first time coming.
Hi, I'm so glad. Welcome. What's your name?
Rosenberg told me to
Oh, yeah, I
she
love
wasn't able to
Kathy.
come, but she heard her tarot, but
She
thank you
did?
so much.
You're
I'm
welcome.
Fern Schmidt.
Fern Schmidt, good to meet you. I know I don't need to meet you out loud in front of everybody.
It was beautiful, thank you.
Welcome.
And thank you for this pass. I love that vision board idea.
Oh yeah, next Saturday.
Wonderful.